Davy, the Alliance National League starts this weekend, and first up is Laois. How is all in the camp since the resumption of training?
Yeah, the lads have worked well. Obviously, it's very different. Like, we've 3 weeks prep, so we probably overloaded very much in the first week, and that. But listen, we'll be putting out lads all through the league. I envisage that it won't be the same team every day. It's going to be trying out lads during it. That's what we're going to do, and I could be fairly certain we're probably going to be down 7, 8, 9 regulars for the first game.
So you've brought in a few new faces into the panel, I suppose, for the season. So we're likely to see some of those at the weekend then, as you say.
You'll see a few of them, yeah. There'll be a few different people playing in different positions that you mightn't have expected. We got to try out a few bits and pieces. Like, the only thing with the league this year is you probably can't win it because they're going to have no final, from what I understand. So we'll be using it to just make sure we're not relegated and to try out as many players we can and see what they're like in the heat of battle. The boys are looking fresh and looking forward to it. That's the most important thing. But we've got to see what we're like at the tail end of our panel as well.
And we have 5 league games, obviously. Laois, Clare, Kilkenny, Antrim and Dublin. So I suppose a spread of different teams there. I suppose you'd be looking at Kilkenny as maybe ones that are going to be challenged for an All-Ireland, whereas Antrim maybe would be happy to stay in the Liam McCarthy competition. Would you be approaching those type of games differently?
Well, I look at Laois last year. They got beaten by Clare by a point. Could have beaten them. Clare beat us by 6 points. So that would say that there won't be much in our game. We'll see. Laois have made massive progress in the last 2 years. So they'll be difficult. You have Clare next. They've got it over on us the last 2 times we've played them. So that'll be difficult. Kilkenny, we seem to have beaten them. I know you're saying they're All-Ireland contenders, but we seem to be okay when we play them. So I envisage that'll be tough, all right. But we'll see what the story is. And then you have Antrim, which I think they'll do well in Division 1 this year, and you finish with Dublin. So it's tough matches, but my objective is to see, can I play between 25 and 30 players? Can I get them some sort of action? That's what I'll be looking for out of this.
And in terms of looking back on the championship for last year, it probably didn't go to plan, really, I suppose, with the 2 championship results. Have you managed to identify maybe how that could be changed, or what maybe went wrong last year?
Yeah, I have my own ideas on that, and I'll keep them to myself, because if I say anything different, I'll be accused of making excuses, so I'll say nothing about that. But we weren't ourselves. I think you see the 3 years before that, we won a Leinster Championship, which I haven't done in a while, so I think that's not our form. So hopefully this year we'll be back to square one.
And the fact that the league this year now is taking place just before the championship, rather than like last year, obviously it was disrupted very much, and there was no league before championship when the resumption was. Do you think that'll make a difference to the Wexford side?
Well, we had a good year last year with the league. We qualified for the quarter final, and then we lost our lads to play hurling and football for a lot of weeks going into October. So I think anyone that can see it, you can't afford to. I'd say 90% of the other teams didn't lose their players for that long. So definitely from a county point of view, we're happier that way. Even though I have to say, watching the club games last year in Wexford, they were a joy to watch. So they were, but you'll be playing club anyhow, September, probably October this year anyhow as well. So listen, we'll try and make the best of it if we can.
So full steam ahead then for the weekend, Davy, taking on Laois here in Chadwick's Wexford Park.
Yeah, listen, we'll give it a go. I'd rather the supporters are here. I'd love to see them back, because that's the one thing I've noticed about Wexford. In fairness, 99% of the Wexford supporters are brilliant, and they don't get in your back no matter win or lose. That makes an awful difference, and I have to say that clearly. The 1 or 2% that are nagging away, just we won't listen to them. That's fair enough, but it's very, very important to us, the positivity we get down here, and we want to get back out there, hit the ground running. It might take us a few weeks to get up to the speed, but I'd say most teams will be like that, in fairness. But we're just going to give it a go and see how we get on. That's the big thing for us. And hopefully, you never know, during maybe July or that way, we might get a few supporters back into the grounds, and we'd all love to see that. There's a lot of people outside there who live for going to games, and I'd love to see them back in Wexford Park, because trust me, it makes such a difference having the Wexford people in Wexford Park. It's one of the best atmospheres you could ever have.
Well, hopefully, as you say, the supporters will be back for at least some of the championship, or maybe even some of the league. But it's great to be back playing nonetheless. And Davy, thanks very much for taking the time out to have a word with us.
Thanks, guys. That's good.